We are in home Panayotis and we have a directory inside home Panayotis which has the name introduction. What if we want to go into the directory introduction? We're using the command cd, which is for change directory. So we do cd introduction and we're going to leave now for a little bit inside the directory introduction, which means that if we type in present working directory, we're gonna see that we are inside the introduction directory, which resides inside the Panayotis directory, which resides inside the home directory. I think you have noticed that the present working directory is also displayed to the left of the $Linux command prompt. Actually, what we see is the name of the folder, the directory, which is a child of this symbol /. This symbol is used in Linux to denote the home directory of the currently logged in user. So this is the tiled symbol, which is used for the home directory of the currently logged in user. So in our case, /home/Panayotis is equivalent to tiled, and vice versa. Which means that if we go back with change directory to home, would take us back to the home directory, and this is equivalent to cd/home/Panayotis, but of course using the tiled means we can type less. Now let's go back to the introduction directory. We go to this directory with cd introduction, and we can always create another directory inside here. Let's call it chapter 1. If we do an ls, we see that there is one entry inside introduction directory. This entry has the name chapter 1. If we want to see whether it is a directory or a file, we can do ls-l and we see that this is a directory. How do we move in to chapter 1? We do cd chapter 1. Now we are inside the chapter 1 directory, which is child of introduction directory, which is child of Panayotis directory, which is child of home directory. And I can go very quickly to home Panayotis if I type in cd tiled. Now the present working directory is /home/Panayotis. And I can go back to chapter 1 with cd introduction chapter 1. So with one command I jump into chapter 1. Present working directory is chapter 1. And if I want to go to the parent directory of the present working directory, I type in cd ... means the parent directory of the present working directory. And if I do cd ... I am going to /home/Panayotis, which is the parent directory of introduction. I think it is clear how the present working directory and the cd can make us travel from one directory to another. And what if if we want to create a file? One way to create a file is to use an editor. Debian comes with the editor gedit. You can access that from Applications, Accessories, gedit text editor. Here it is, and we can type in a text and then save it. This is a text file, sample for introduction to programming. In order to save it, you do File, Save, and you have to give a name to that. Let's call that sample.txt. Now we have created that to the home folder of the currently logged in user, which means that if we do ls-l tr time reverse, we will see the new file just created. It is a file, not a directory, and we see its name here. If we want to see the contents of the text file, we can always do a cat sample.txt will give us the contents of the file. Cat file will give us the contents of the file at hand. So let's see that one. You see the content of the file sample.txt. This is a text file, sample for introduction to programming, exactly what we have typed in to gedit. And what is the command that we can use to delete this file? The command that we can use to delete this file is rm sample.txt. rm is for remove, and it is used to delete a file. Let's do that. Now the file has been deleted. If we do ls-ltr, we will not see the sample.txt file anymore. Let's go to introduction directory again with cd, change directory. Let's do an ls-l. We will see the chapter 1 directory inside the introduction directory. What if we want to delete, to remove the directory? It is rm-r chapter 1. If we just do rm chapter 1, we will get an error, cannot remove chapter 1 because it is a directory. But if we need to use a variation of rm, which is rm-r chapter 1. This one is going to remove the whole directory. ls-l inside introduction directory will not be depicting anymore the chapter 1 directory because it has been removed. And if we go back to the parent directory of introduction, which is the home directory of the currently logged in user, we can use the same command to remove the introduction directory. Now ls-ltr does not show anymore the introduction directory. This is how we go from one directory to another, how we create files, how we remove files in Debian. Another easy way to see the contents of your computer in the Debian environment is to go to Applications, System Tools, File Browser. It's similar to the file browser in Windows. It shows you here the folders, and here it tells you that you are on the Panayotis folder. It displays here the contents of this folder. Whenever you have a folder, there's a special icon. You can always switch to list view if you want to get details of the contents. And you can always go inside the directories by clicking the arrows to expand and collapse. You can double click a folder and you go inside the folder to see whether it contains any items or not. This is the file browser. I think it makes navigation quite easy. I think this is enough for a start, and these are the basic skills you need to follow the introduction to programming inside the Linux Debian environment.